We know MP came ready. What, MP?
Experience member to respond to the Fly your Trailblazers fandom for all to see. Our next home is Portland Pennant for the first 10,000 fans. They were designed by local students and are a limited edition. Don't miss out. Before you take off today, fans, check out limited Trailblazers ticket options that are remaining for our upcoming homestand. It won't last long. And don't forget about our giveaway.
And there is a very engaging atmosphere of fans getting ramped up outside the arena. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll talk to Allie LaForce, who's on the sidelines as well. And with just about half the season in the books, checking in on the top rookies, starting to establish themselves as legit NBA talent. Well, you look at Coffey, right in the thick of this season. He is the guy when it comes to Rookie of the Year. What a year he's having.
And this is the type of player you have to be excited about. There's no question he should be at the top of the Rookie of the Year rankings.
I ditto all of that. I mean, it's taken him only about half a season to show that he's going to be one of the faces of the NBA for a long time to come, barring injury.
Now let's take a look at the Rockets' opening lineup. Van Fleet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Amen Thompson out there with Alperen Sengun. And it's Brooks in at the 3 spot. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Denny Avdia. He's out there with Klingon. And it's Henderson in at the 1. Some consider these the dog days of the regular season, Clark. You think that's fair?
I think that's accurate. I mean, they certainly can feel that way. I mean, the key is to try to not let it get to you, embrace the joy of the game, being with your teammates, competing. You've really got to make it a mental kind of game when you get to those periods when the dog days are upon you.
Here's Coffey. Pass to Klingon. And he dunks it down.
Yeah, a statement play by the rookie Klingon, using his size to rattle the rim.
Brooks outside. Now Sengun takes the 3. Coffey grabs the board. Pass to Kamari. Here's Coffey. Henderson outside. Just 5 on the clock. From the arc. And he buries his first look.
He's so quick to react. Henderson has the shot lined up before the ball even gets to him.
Van Fleet, the pass to Brooks. Puts up a 3. Portland with a rebound. Their last game, a win against the Clippers. Looking to carry it into this one.
What about their offense? It was a well-oiled machine, getting them high-quality looks time and time again.
Boy, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
Shots good by Henderson.
Yeah, something Henderson is still working on, getting his three-point shot to be a little more consistent.
After years of finishing at the bottom of the West, things are looking up for the Rockets, Clark.
You know, B.A., they've done a really good job of drafting and developing players. That combination can allow you to move forward. And along with signing complementary veterans, that adds to the mix as well. And they've done a nice job. And they've got future draft capital, too. So the Rockets are certainly on the rise.
He drops it from range.
I just love the ball.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. check out the story for Jabari Smith.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
The Rockets have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Van Vliet outside. Now here's Şengün. Not a lot of room. He was all alone on that one.
First bucket for this offense, 1 of 4 to start the game.
Here are the Blazers with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Avdija outside. Here's Coffey. 37 points his last time out. Up top, Henderson. Brooks with the rebound.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
The 3 from Thompson. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Trailblazers lead by 8. Henderson, the pass to Coffey. Pass to Avdija. Here's Coffey. Green covering. Here's Henderson. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Brooks outside. Takes a 3. He buries it from 3.
Brooks not shy about firing away. I mean, it's important that he continues to make these jump shots he's taking.
And you know, Clark, Fred VanVleet gives you a number of things. Leadership might be the most important.
It is certainly one of his great attributes, B.A., when you look at Fred VanVleet. Not very big, not super athletic, but a winner. Tough-minded, and highly skilled. Doesn't make mistakes with the ball, gets other people's shots, and has proven to be a clutch and consistent quarterback at a really high level.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Red hot in the last game against the Clippers, put on a show. He ended up with 37 points, and he pulled in a season-high number of rebounds. He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
And here's Green from the arc. Portland with a rebound. They traveled to Houston last time they faced the Rockets, came away with a win.
And they won that last game between these teams easily, posting a scorching hot field goal percentage.
Scorching and torching offensively. They were able to get everything they wanted.
Here's Green. Portland making their last shot. Pass to Şengün. Back to Green. Now VanVleet. For 3. And another miss by Houston.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of the slump.
Here's Kamari. 1:25 left to play in the first quarter. Coffey on the wing. Green covering. Henderson for 3. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Well, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Back to Thompson. Şengün, a screen on Avdija. Outside for Green. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Green's got 6.
Of course, a volume three-point shooter like Green has an answer. He was ready to strike back in a hurry.
Here's Coffey, guarded by VanVleet. To the inside. Back to Coffey. Henderson, the pass to Avdija. Trailblazers got to hurry, got to get up a shot. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
Inside. And the layup is good. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And so it's Portland, up 15 points as this quarter concludes. Up big because of their three-point shooting. Just going to town from downtown tonight. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
DeAndre Ayton is out there with Williams. Then there's Anthony Simons. Then there's Sharp. And it's Coffey in at the 2. That's the group for Portland starting the second. Shepherd, he's checked in for the Rockets.
One shot.
Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Outside Whitmore. The three-pointer off the mark. Portland leading by 18. Out left to the wing. Here's Ayton. Lays it up and banks it in. Ayton's got 5 now.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Outside Whitmore from behind the arc. Houston with another miss. Portland has got all 4 threes to drop from downtown in this game. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Overall, though, they've taken good care of the ball. That's their first turnover.
All right, the Rockets making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Pass to Whitmore. And here's Şengün. Out of bounds. It'll be Trailblazers ball. The league is already buzzing about this year's three-point contest. So let's have a look at the players likely to make an appearance.
The three-point contest only becomes more competitive every year as long-range shooting continues to be a coveted talent in the league. But these guys are in a league all their own.
Well, you look at Coffey. He occupies the top spot in voting. We'll very likely see him in the three-point shooting competition.
And he might already be the favorite. When he gets in a groove, he's automatic.
And this year's contest is really shaping up to be one to remember. Plenty of dead-eye shooters on that list so far.
And lots of guys have a three-point shot now. But this list is really the cream of the crop when it comes to putting up long-range bombs.
Here's Simons. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Pass to Whitmore, looking to end the run. It's deflected, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Whitmore gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Maybe well, the Rockets got a lot more organized with Coach Ime Udoka and their veteran additions, including point guard Fred VanVleet, who said it's just having that poise and presence to slow things down and get guys where they need to be. Rein it in, get some structure, and maximize these guys' potential. B.A.?
Allie, a great floor general. Thanks for that. Sharp passes to Coffey. Pass to Simons. 4-3. Gets the 3 to fall. Simons got 5 points now in the quarter.
And over the course of a season, this is one of Simons' strengths, his efficiency from range.
Timeout called. Houston.
To get loud for your laser dancer.
And with a pause in the action, let's check out the top rookie rim protectors over this past month. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Sengun, a screen on Simons. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Van Vliet has a quick trigger at the arc. He's not one to hesitate, not when he got a shot like that.
And how about the Fred Van Vliet story? From undrafted to all-star and NBA champion.
It's one of the remarkable journeys in the history of the league. There are a number of guys that have gone undrafted and ended up being all-stars and champions, but you think about it, one of the things they have in common in my mind, B.A., is a real understanding of who they are and what it's going to take to be successful. And then the willingness to put in the work and not be distracted by naysayers or the glamour of being a pro. They've got a real anchoring as to who they are and what their business is about, and then they maximize their ability. That's Fred Van Vliet in a nutshell.
He's been playing great unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
And it's Whitmore missing.
He's got to take a back seat right now. When you're ice cold, you can't just keep gunning.
And Ayton with the stuff.
You're sticking it to them inside. Good luck throwing Ayton off when he attacks like this.
And Van Vliet has got the ball here for the Rockets. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Outside Whitmore. Back to Van Vliet. Down low. Sengun, no good. Portland has gone 5 of 6 from three-point land so far. Here's Coffey. Whitmore defending. Here's Ayton. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Ayton's got 11 here in the quarter alone. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
That's good from Eason. On the assist by Sengun.
Selfless with the rock, Sengun won't hesitate to make a pass out to a ready shooter.
To the middle.
2 minutes remaining.
The kick out to Williams.
2 minutes.
Coffey, the pass to Ayton. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
All 5 guys are in sync. Their ball movement is flawless.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Back to Van Vliet. Shoots over Simons. And the basket by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got his second basket of the night.
It's a shot some guys don't like, but Van Vliet gets it dialed in.
Here's Ayton. Back to Coffey. Pass to Ayton. Here's Coffey. Whitmore defending. Out to Simons. Back to Coffey. On the wing, Simons. Over Van Vliet. Yet another assist. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
He's doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
Timeout called. Houston.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Getting ready for Portland. Clingan, he's checked in for Ayton. Avdia comes in for Williams. Kamara, he's checked in for Sharp. And it's Scoot Henderson in for Simons. And here's Green from the arc. Avdia pulls it in. Portland has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. And another dime for him. That's another dime from him.
He's tallying them up fast, B.A.
50 seconds left in the first half of this game. Pass to Green. The three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Avdia's got 4 rebounds now.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
And again, another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
Man, is he sharing the ball well, hitting his guys right in their spots. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Here's Coffey. Knocks down the long J. Coffey's got his first 3 points of the game.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
Nails it from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with a gigantic 33-point lead at the close of the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
Hello, everybody. Before getting into the first half recap, let's check in on the injured players around the NBA.
The Hawks definitely hurting. Trae Young is unavailable. And boy,
that's a guy you'll miss. That focal point of the offense, he has the deep range. He shoots in traffic with the floater, all kind of creative shots. Man, that's a big loss.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Trailblazers.
I'm giving credit to their front office. They've methodically added talent to their second and third units. And you see the results there, Shaq.
Yeah, they've got scorers coming off that bench, and that's what you need. In a long season, different guys have to step up.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Scoot Henderson. What a contribution.
Through the first two quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And Houston is shooting a low 26% from the field. Kick it off the second half. Here's Ime Udoka's 5. Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Alperen Sengun out there with Thompson. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard position.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass. You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Thompson outside. Back to Van Vliet. Five on the clock. Right side Green. Launches it. Portland grabs the miss.
It hasn't been all bad shots for him, but you wouldn't know that looking at his percentage from the field.
Avdia can't get it to go. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for Houston. Clark, what catches your eye about Jalen Green at a fundamental level?
Well, it starts with his pure explosiveness. That just jumps out at anybody because he's jumping over everybody, okay? The way he can get up and down the floor and hang and lift, that's what stands out, his athleticism. And he's actually rounding off some of the rough edges in his game that makes him kind of scary as we go forward.
From the baseline, Brooks with the rebound. For Houston, they've gone 0 for 4. Not the way they want to start the second half. Three-pointer. The Rockets again can't hit.
Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly.
Back to Coffey. Pass to Henderson. Here's Coffey. Back to Henderson. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Sengun.
This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4.
Here's Van Vliet. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Klingen's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Oh, Brooks with the steal. 2 in the cold spell. And it's laid up and in by Green. Green's got 8 points.
Green finds ways to get it done inside. Really intelligent as a scorer.
Pass to Klingen. Here's Coffey. It's Avdia on the wing. Back to Coffey. Henderson, right side. Let's go with a 3. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
When everything clicks for Henderson, you're going to see a lot of nights like this.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Pass to Green. Now Sengun. Still no points. That one's good from Green. And the assist by Sengun. Şengün's got 3 assists tonight.
His first 3 of the half. That gives him 9 total points from beyond the arc so far.
A nice shot by Klingon.
I love it. When Klingon starts throwing that weight around, he'll knock you out of position.
To the paint. Here's Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice.
Well, I guess there's nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating here and there.
Henderson for 3. Another possession, another assist.
25 assists. What an unselfish performance.
Looking like Scott Skiles right now with all these dimes. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
BA, Fred VanVleet said, I've been a leader on pretty much every team that I've ever played for. I'm a leader in life. It's just something you either have or you don't. Something you gotta work at. Some guys will gravitate towards it and some won't. Brian, is it that simple?
Well, I think most of his teammates value what he has to say, for sure. Here's Coffey. Pass to Henderson. Here he goes. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And that's Henderson's game. Get downhill, young man. Beat the defender to the spot. Oh.
Outside, Green. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist.
Assisted by
VanVleet's got 4 assists in the game.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
2 minutes remaining.
Avdia, good.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And here's Green from the arc. Avdia pulls it in. Avdia's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Coffey. Back to Henderson. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Thompson passes to VanVleet. Outside, Green. Another miss by Green.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
1:03 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Pass to Henderson. Here's Coffey. Back to Henderson. Beyond the arc. Yet another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
Man, is he sharing the ball well, hitting his guys right in their spots. And here's Green from the arc. Another miss by Green.
He just keeps firing away from distance. I know he's trying to get himself heated up, but at what cost?
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
And the Rockets shooting a low 29% since halftime. To stop the run, and they pick up 2. Green's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
And he's single-handedly trying to keep them alive. Terrific scoring quarter. Will it be enough, though?
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And out of bounds, Houston will have it, and the Rockets will go for a different look here. Landale's checked in for Alperen Şengün. Smith comes in for Thompson. Eason's checked in for Brooks. And it's Cam Whitmore in for Fred VanVleet. Green against Aiden.
Get outside.
Outside, Green. There's the triple. Here's Landale. And that's not gonna go. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. Trailblazers out in front, delivering the blowout. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And they're... Robert Williams checked in for Ayton, and it's Coffey in for Sharp. And the Rockets will go for a different look here. Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. Dylan Brooks comes in for Eason. Jalen Green, he's checked in for Whitmore. And Fred VanVleet is subbed in for Holiday. Jabari Walker is out there with Robert Williams. Then it's Jeremy Grant. Then there's Anthony Simons. And it's Coffey in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. To the inside. Williams finds Grant. 5 to shoot. On the wing, Simons. Over VanVleet. And again, another assist.
A master conductor at work, and he's tied for the 4th most assists ever in a game.
The vision and passing from him, just unreal, guys.
Well, we're seeing validation as to why Green went 2nd overall in the draft. He's got a unique ability to score the ball.
Down low. Outside for Grant. Inside. Pass to Simons. Here's Coffey. Back to Simons. Over VanVleet. And another dime for him.
And the passing display just doesn't end. Tally up another assist for him.
Well, that one will put him tied for 3rd in the all-time assist list. One of the best games I've ever seen. So no problem for Portland as they get the win. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. So long, everyone.